Okay, so today I'm going to go over a couple of my tanks that I have set up. I kind of wanted to give a quick shrimp breeding setup because I see a lot of stuff online that is very overcomplicated and they make it out to be very difficult when truth be told it is very, very simple. I got 4 good examples here. So first we got my red breeding tank, and they're all just about the same, but this one is fluval stratum with play sand cap, and I gave it maybe a day or two with some fine filter floss to run out all the really dirty particles, but threw in some plants from an already cycled tank. Good substrate, good deep substrate, good filtering, and some air. And I had this tank up and running in 3 days tops. And this tank next to it, same thing. Got a thick fluval stratum base with a sand cap. Lots and lots of plants, just total coverage, good filter. We got pothos growing out, doing a really good job keeping the water clean, and proof of concept. There's a little baby right there on the glass, and I actually just culled all the parents out of this tank, and they are now in this tank. I have around 8 really nice all black shrimp, probably 6 female and 2 males, and they're in the process of cleaning this up. Same thing, little less deep on the substrate, little more intense filter, but fluval with some play sand right over the top, moss, 'cause shrimp love the moss, and just plants. And then this has just turned into my coal tank. I've been throwing everything that doesn't throw a really strong color into this. And this one is a father fish style shrimp tank. This is true garden soil with actual aquatic sand cap. And this one stays exceptionally clear. The growth is crazy. And none of these tanks I've had they were running 2 days before I had shrimp in them. Throw a snail in the first or second day, let him take care of the main business, and then really you're off and running. These tanks are really easy to set up. I feel like there's not a lot of clear information on just the quick and easy way to do this. No one ever has, even at the pet stores, they don't tell you what the best things to get are. They'll just hand you fish, let you walk off. And I've had exceptional success, lots of babies, and I have done nothing more than just give it 2 or 3 days to let the particles settle, drop a good filter in a snail, and you are off running. And just a few more as proof of concept. This one is just fluval stratum, and the growth in it is just ridiculous. And all it is started with 1 snail, then a day later 2 shrimp, and now it is just riddled with life. Same thing with this fluval. Dropped a blue female and a blue male, and the blue male, well, actually I dropped a yellow female in here too. So the blue male got them both pregnant. I just removed the yellow female yesterday, and ironically the blue female dropped all her babies. So they and they're impossibly small to see, but there's at least one. Same thing, fluval plants, no heaters. I don't heat any of my tanks. It might be slower, might not get as many babies all out the gate, but at the end of the day, they're happy, they live long. This is my main 40-gallon breeder. This was my first big project tank, and I started with some laundry bags, laundry mesh bags full of, couple full of fluval stratum. There's a couple full of soil, old substrate from past tanks, and then a huge sand cap all the way around with a lot of plants. And this has been a very, very long process. These roots drag all the way down into the soil, up around the trellis that I've built to try to maintain all these plants. And around the light, starting to grow up the wall. Put this little tank together for my son, and it is just fluval stratum and some Etsy seeds inside a little volcano with a bubbler. There's a snail in there. It's not gonna have any animals. Another shrimp tank. This has just brown coals, just kind of keeping the tank alive. Thick fluval stratum. I built this little structure with rocks that I found and little oversized filter, but I almost never have to touch this tank. It is picture perfect. Then I made this from a planter basket I found at Marshall's, and there is a filter underneath this with the piping ran through, filter up and out the side. And this has my betta that I rescued. He was free with a couple tanks I got. They didn't want him anymore. He does have a heater, nice filter, carpet starting at the bottom, and there he is. And he's doing exceptionally well. And then what may soon be my future puffer tank. This has been a long work in progress. Gathering all the materials, thinking about how I'm going to do it. I know right now with all the fish in it, the idea of putting an ambush predator in there is probably not the best idea, but I had to cycle the tank. A snail was taking too long. So started with snails, dropped a couple shrimp, and as my method shows, I mean, you don't have to just go crazy with this stuff. Huge fluval stratum base. You know, I'm talking probably 25 pounds of fluval stratum, and then another probably 40 pounds of play sand, which lead to a very thick substrate. But also this tank is just blooming. I built myself my own, I guess you can call it a bonsai, you can call it whatever you want. And just everything is what I've harvested from where I live and around my town, and it has just thrived. This is something I still want to get a puffer for. The biggest dilemma will then just be getting all these other guys out of here so that they don't end up as food. So hopefully this video helps you guys. You know, there isn't a lot of clear information about how you can get tanks to be successful easily, and people at pet stores definitely don't know what they're talking about. So hopefully this video helps. If you liked it, like and subscribe.